The ego, the Course in Miracles says, the cornerstone belief of the ego's thought system is that the Son of God is guilty. And the cornerstone thought of the Holy Spirit's thought system is that the Son of God is innocent. Now you might say, well, what are you supposed to do? Just eat your truth all the time and never share with people what your boundaries are or what's wrong or whatever? One of the things that I've become very clear about in my life is that if there is some message that needs to be shared, if there is something that needs to be said that isn't working for you, or that really is something that is part of righteous communication and that needs to be said to that person, the issue is what space you're in when you're saying it. Because to the extent in any situation where we are perceiving guilt in our brother, the Course in Miracles says, you are blind to who you are. Because if I'm perceiving guilt in you, I'm blind to who you are. And if I'm blind to who you are, I'm by definition blind to who I am, because there's only one of us here. The Course in Miracles says that if someone has treated you lovelessly, that's because they are at the effect of their wound, just like you and I are at the effect of our wounds. But what happens is two people in relationship, the Course says, are brought into each other's experience because there's a place where their rough edges will rub up against your rough edges. Just like that's how emeralds or rubies or sapphires are made smooth, is that either manually or with a machine, their rough edges rub up against each other. So the Course in Miracles says there is a rule to be remembered throughout. And that is that if you treat me with love, obviously, the appropriate response is to love you back. But the Course in Miracles says if you treat me without love, that means in that moment or in that place where you treated me without love, they are at the effect of their wound. Are you with me? Now, to the extent to which I remember that I'm only here to love, and all of us are here as healers, and as we said before, we all have different forms of the healing, but in every situation we are here to heal and to be healed. And the way I heal you is by remaining awake to who you really are, even when you are behaving in a way that makes it clear you don't remember who you are in that moment, because you're not acting very loving. So your being asleep to who you are then tempts me to be asleep to who I am by falling asleep about who you are. Are you with me? So you've said something insulting to me, which isn't very loving, and my physical senses can't believe the tone of your voice. My physical senses can't believe that look on your face. My physical senses can't believe the words that you just said. So I am immediately falling into the mortal plane and the mortal drama with you, which is the realm of crucifixion. The resurrection is the psychological realm of I'm going to remain awake to who you are in this moment, because I know what the game is here. We have been brought together. You will not be healed by me if I just use this as an opportunity or a reason to slam you. You will only be healed if I remain awake to your beauty and your innocence in this moment. There then might be something to say to you about this, but if I'm coming from a place, that the Course in Miracles says it is your job to tell your brother he is right even when he is wrong. So if I'm coming from a place where you feel me affirming your basic innocence, then you will be able to hear what I have to say. More importantly, if I slam you back, action-reaction, what Buddha called the wheel of suffering, I perceive you in a sleep state, because when you are not behaving lovingly, you're asleep to who you are. But then if I focus on your guilt and perceive you as your mistake or your guilt, then I'm falling asleep to who I am. And that is called relationship hell. Heaven is the awareness of our oneness, and hell is what the ego would make of the present moment. And the Course in Miracles says every situation is relationships. Now,